This is Reginald Legan, a seventh grader at Still City Academy in Gary, Indiana. I'm interviewing Miss Curley, the principal at Still City. This interview is about her life and how she feels about being a principal. Okay, what is your name?
Katie Curley,
And how do you spell it?
Katie Kirley.
What city were you born in?
I was born in Kewanee, Illinois, but then moved all over the Midwest. So by the time I was 18, I lived in 6 different states.
Were you ever a principal at any other school before you came here?
I was not. I was an assistant principal at another school here in Gary, Lighthouse College Prep Academy.
What school did you used to teach at before Still City?
So I have worked in Gary for the last 10 years. So I was first at Gary Lighthouse as a middle school math and science teacher, and then had the opportunity to be a founding teacher at Gary Lighthouse College Prep Academy. And so saw those kids that I started with in 7th grade graduate high school, and then worked at Lighthouse College Prep when we merged all the high schools from the region into one.
So why did you want to become a principal at Still City?
Great question. So I didn't go to school to be a teacher. So I went to school to be a doctor, and thought that is really how I would have my impact with people and communities. And I went to med school and I hated it. But on the side, I worked at the Boys and Girls Club and tutored kids on math, and I would get excited about going to do that every day, and I would not be excited about going to med school every day. So I was I made the call to my mom that nobody ever wants to hear, that I was dropping out of med school to become a teacher. And so I joined this program that places people in communities all over the country, and I thought I really, really, really wanted to be in Chicago. I got in the Chicago region, and then the best thing that ever happened to me, I got placed in Gary, Indiana, and loved teaching and thought I could have an impact on a group of 25 kids, but got really excited about how I could have an impact on a larger group of kids. And that's what got me really excited about being a principal.
What is one hard thing about being a principal?
That's a really good question. I think it is, how do you maintain a really, really high bar for behavioral expectations and also give kids all of the supports that they need to be successful? And sometimes as a principal, I have to be the bad guy, and I want kids to know that it's coming from a place of love, but sometimes that's really hard to do.
So what is the best thing about being a principal?
You guys. I get to come to work, and my first part of my day is shaking your guys' hands and saying good morning and seeing your faces and going across your classrooms and seeing how well you guys are doing. And hands down, that's the best part of the job.
So is being a principal tough or just easy to you?
I think it's hard. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my whole life. And not just being a principal, but being a principal of a startup school that has never done this before, that it's hard. It's, lots of hours and a lot of I think about you guys all the time, and that every decision that I make as a principal has massive impacts, and that's a large emotional sort of weight to carry.
Okay, so being a principal is kind of hard.
It's pretty hard, yeah, but I wouldn't want to be doing anything else.
So you don't like raising your voice at students?
I don't think that that's the best way that students receive the information and the message, and that I typically see moments of redirection as teachable moments, to try and get at the root of what the problem is. And so I try and approach it more through a solutions orientation rather than a screaming and disciplinarian sort of orientation. Do you think I yell at students a lot?
No.
Okay.
Well, okay. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you so much for interviewing me.
You're welcome. This is Reggie. Thanks for listening. Tune in next time.